Apple Clay Frederick, the front row, 15 laps for the Outlaw winning drivers tonight. As they pass by the start cone, we are green. It's a great jump for Clayton Apple. He's clear up to the top side of the racetrack as they get through turns 1 and 2. Brodenmeyer makes a little bit of contact with either him or the berm, couldn't really tell. But the field will complete lap number 1, mostly single file, as they work their way back through turns 1 and 2. Definitely a lot of differing lines here early on. The front runners kind of were hanging down there on the bottom of the racetrack. The guys back in the mid-pack, further back, Clay Frederick almost into the outside wall of turn number 4. Trying much higher up on the racetrack. Caution will come out. We got a spin over in turn number 4. Owen Lansford's number 42 goes for a spin. I will mention there are only 8 cars out on the racetrack. Nolan Bartley had issues earlier tonight. Those issues obviously terminal from both the hot laps and the heat races. So only 8 cars made it out onto the racetrack. Owen Lansford will drop back to 8th. He was running on the tail end of the field, it looks like. Caution lights out once again for Clayton Apple, Eric Brodemeyer, Clay Frederick, Chad Baldwin, Harrison Robards, who are the top 5 for the Outlaw Wing feature. 2 complete, 13 to go. Up towards the top side of the racetrack is Clayton Apple diving at the restart cone. We're back green on the Outlaw Wing feature. Field mostly single file. They are completely single file by the time they get down to turn number 1. Harrison Robards on the outside. He gets into the outside wall. Chad Baldwin, he's trying to make that outside groove work. Baldwin, don't think he knew he was there. Unfortunate contact for them right there, and a heavy impact on the front stretch for the 42. Caution will come out as he is desperately trying to get off the racing surface, but yeah, just not going to happen. Owen Lansford, the damage that he had from the first incident. And yeah, Wrecker going to come back out onto the racetrack as our infield reporter takes a look at the number 42, looking at the damage to see if he can relay some information to us back here in the booth. Track crew looking over some debris up at the top side of turn number 1 and on the front stretch here. He smoked the outside wall, it sounded like. Definitely one of the harder hits tonight. Just overall tough break for him. Caution lights will be going out this time by 1 to go signal coming to the Outlaw Wing feature as they come back across the start line. Clayton Apple lead him back to green. Eric Brodemeyer 2nd. Clay Frederick 3rd. Chad Baldwin 4th, Harrison Robards 5th, Justin Fernandez 6th, Zach Bean 7th, and Owens Lansford out of the race in 8th. Clayton Apple up towards the top side of the racetrack. Well, it looks like he is going to keep this field. Rolls towards the top side of the racetrack as Clayton Apple diving at the restart cone. We're back green on the Outlaw Wing feature. Single file the field through turn 1. On the outside, Clay Frederick trying to get around Eric Brodenmeyer. His car not good at all. He's got some sort of issue underneath the number 47. Car went off into turn number 3, and it just did not want to turn as Zach Bean goes for a spin out behind him. 5 laps scored, that's complete. 10 to go on the Outlaw Wing feature. Zach Bean trying to get it turned around. Gonna need some assistance. Caution lights going out around the facility once again. Going to be this pretty much the same restarting order we just had. Clayton Apple, Eric Brodemeyer, Chad Baldwin, Harrison Robards, Clay Frederick now the top 5. After Clay Frederick's car looked like he just did not want to turn on the entry to turn number 3 on that last restart. But Clayton Apple is going to bring the Outlaw Wing feature field up towards the top side of the racetrack. He waits on it, on the gas, past the restart cone. We're back green. Great jump there for Clayton Apple. He gets away from Eric Brodemeyer out behind him. Harrison Robards trying to throw the slider on Chad Baldwin. He'll be ahead at the line for third. Baldwin going to fire it back on the inside. Frederick nowhere to go. Has to stand on the brakes. A little bit of contact there with Harrison Robards and Baldwin. Frederick trying to follow him in line. Frederick got real loose right there on the entry. He has to really back it up. We got a great battle for third. We got a great battle for the lead. Off turn number 2, Clayton Apple and Eric Brodemeyer under a blanket as they head back into turns number 3 and 4. Past the halfway point, 6 laps to go. Trouble, turn number 4. Clay Frederick goes for a spin, and the caution will come out just as Clayton Apple had a great 1 and 2 and was getting away from Eric Brodemeyer. Six laps will remain on the Outlaw Wing feature when we come back to the green. Clay Frederick going for that spin, bringing out the caution once again here in this Outlaw Wing feature. 1 to go at the flag stand. Clay Frederick into the infield. Those shoes terminal for the 47. Once again, same top 3, Clayton Apple, Eric Brodemeyer, Chad Baldwin. On this restart, Clayton Apple expected to bring the field back to the same spot he has all night long, the top side. Waiting at the restart cone, he dives at it. Great jump for Brodemeyer. We're green on the Outlaw Wing feature. Brodemeyer, that's his best restart he's had yet. He's there on the back bumper of Clayton Apple. Here comes the slider from Brodemeyer. It's clean. He has the lead at the line. Brodemeyer going to try to muscle around the outside. Just doesn't have the pace through turns 1 and 2. Clayton Apple defending the bottom lane aggressively. Getting up in front of the 1E Brodemeyer. Really trying to keep that 63 down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Brodemeyer gets a great 1 and 2 that time. They're side by side with 4 laps to go. Coming to 3 laps to go. Apple is clear off turn number 4. Fantastic battle up front. Clayton Apple and Eric Brodemeyer. Brodemeyer backing up the exit of turn number 4. He knows that's where the move's going to have to be. He's just biding his time right now. 2 laps to go. Time running out for the field. Great battle up in front. White flag waving this time. Apple gets tight on the exit of the corner. Brodemeyer on the back bumper, knocking on the door. Here they go down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Brodemeyer might be too far back, and he is. Clayton Apple going to take the win in the Outlaw Wing feature. Trouble at turn number 4 to end the race. Chad Baldwin spinning. Other cars seemed like it was involved. But Clayton Apple the winner. First win in a long time for Clayton Apple here at Coles County Speedway. A very popular win here in the grandstands. Clayton from Oakland, Illinois, not that far from here. Clayton Apple, a very popular winner here at Coles County Speedway. Picking up his first win of the year in that number 63 machine as he heads over the scales. Eric Brodemeyer second, Harrison Robards third, Justin Fernandez fourth, Zach Bean fifth, Chad Baldwin sixth, Clay Frederick out of the race in seventh. Same thing with Owen Lansford in eighth. Nolan Bartley was the non-starter.